I've watched Stan's ministry sessions, so I'm aware of and I've watched many of our friends that we've met who have worked with you through the years. So I'm familiar with the format.
Right.
I'm just not so sure about putting it on me.
Right.
Yeah, I just have to say I really have a lot of trouble with the appreciation moments. I mean, I've tried doing that at home, and I have a real hard time connecting. I know, he does he's very cautious with me because I've been so resistant, but he does periodically, say, well, this would be a good time for an appreciation moment or something, that I like, all right, how do you connect with Jesus? So, I would have to say my relationship has been primarily cerebral. And I just feel like I'm pushing. I feel like I'm just trying to do this myself. I just feel like almost like desperation. Like, where are you? Where are you, Lord? So I have had one experience of meeting Jesus at a stone wall, where he's on one side and I'm on the other. But he does, the positive part of that memory was that he picked me up and lifted me over the wall and helped me. But it's so hard to get back to that. Stan always says, well, remember that time, and it's like, I can't get back there.
Can't get back there, yeah.
It's pretty blank now. Just more a sense of a hard blockade kind of feeling in front of me.
What we want to just ask together is, okay, so Jesus, what's the next step? How can I cooperate? The next step of whatever you want to do.
Okay, cooperating is not an easy one for me.
Well, we're going to ask him. This is what's another thing we're going to demonstrate here. At any point you have trouble, you just let me know, and then we'll ask Jesus for help with that, right? So if you just get words for, I'm having trouble cooperating.
There you go. I do. So
okay.
Go.
So can you agree with me in prayer? Say, okay, Lord Jesus, I have trouble with cooperating.
Yeah.
Can you please help me with that?
I'm always suspecting what's happening, whether it's real or not. But what comes to mind is that the first thing I thought of was when I went on a Castillo weekend, and I resisted the format of that because it reminded me of what did I say? It reminded me of my parents were very heavily involved in secret societies and Masonic and Eastern Star, and for some reason the format on that weekend, the very structured format of that weekend kept reminding me of those kinds of oath-bound societies. So I guess anything where I feel like there's anything where there's a specific tight structure or order, and I know that's a conflict for me because I know that the order is not bad, that God orders things, that He's not a God of chaos. So I know that in my mind.
But emotionally, that structure and order stuff was real toxic.
It's toxic.
Yeah.
Toxic is a good word.
Yeah. Does it feel okay to kind of what we're doing to just be talking directly to Jesus, even though you're not perceiving His presence in any tangible way, kind of in faith, knowing that He's here, talking to Him directly?
Yeah, that's not entirely comfortable for me.
Can you get words for what's...
I'm not having trouble talking, kind of knowing you're there and knowing that Stan's there, but really just saying this right to Jesus. I would like to do that, but I don't feel comfortable. It doesn't feel believable to me. See, my mind's just wanting to say I'm playing mind games here.
Mm-hmm.
And
here's
discredit that, I'm concerned that there's these long lapses. It's almost like, is your head just kind of trying to fill in this void, Am I just trying to figure out what the next step in this process is? And I don't want to do that. Well, there's a sense that that there's not anything too trivial or too trite that he's not interested in, and that he hears me even when I don't acknowledge him.
Huh. If I'm hearing you right, it possibly kind of a sense of God's presence, that thought coming from the Lord.
Yeah, that doesn't feel like it's from me.
Interesting. So just your gut sense, if you had to just guess, is it feels like there's a thought coming from somebody else, and the thought is, Diane, I like it. There's nothing too small. All these details are important. I'm glad to be listening to this. I want to hear this stuff. I'm glad you're talking to me about this stuff. Am I getting that? Am I hearing that correctly?
That's what it feels like.
Yeah. And it feels like it's coming from outside of you, and it feels true. Yeah.
I think that feels pretty true.
Yeah.
Having the very clear sense that Jesus is showing me what it's like to have a big brother.
Wow.
I'm kind of a cheerleader on your team, but just a sense of a comfortable connecting point for wisdom that you can depend on.
That's pretty cool.
That's really very neat. Cool is a good word too.
Yeah. We got 15 minutes before we just start the debriefing thing. So you want just to have some more time with Jesus?
I do.
Amen. This is very cool. Because it looks like you're feeling pretty comfortable just talking directly to Jesus.
Well, good grief, I've watched other people do it for years now.
I know, but an hour ago you were pretty anxious about the whole deal, and
I really have the sense that I experienced Immanuel in a way I've never experienced that before, because he was with me. It was a sense of security, absolute acceptance. The picture of a big brother putting his arm around you, on your shoulder, and walking with you. I love that, Immanuel. It doesn't strike me like that before, but just the walking with you. It's just, that's neat.
So since that session, it has felt true.
Yes.
That the living presence of Jesus is your big brother.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Yeah, that is cool.